Hey guys, welcome back to A Dog's Breakfast, where it's an absolute shit show.
Absolutely it is. It really is. But this time we thought, let's be a bit different. Let's talk about things that help, fill up your cup.
Fill up your
Because
cup. And not just beers.
not just beer. So we'll talk about our beer in a moment, but I thought it would be good to talk about like items that you should do to help fill up your cup. And for those that don't really know what fill up your cup means, it's more like some self-care items that you can do, items to recharge your batteries. You've opened it already.
Oh.
All right, hang on a sec. Just let me just intro, because everyone has been in and out of lockdown over like the last year, right? It's good to have a reminder of things that you need to do to recharge you in order to be,
Mentally fit.
mentally fit. Yeah, so everyone knows how to be physically fit. You exercise, you do all these activities, all of that. But it's good to have a reminder around how to be mentally fit.
Yeah, yep. And that
'Cause
could
it's
mean
important.
going to speak to someone, or it could mean literally
It
kicking a football.
it could be anything. So we thought it'd be good to touch on that. But let's look, you've opened your drink. Tell us about your drink this week.
This week we've got another Your Mates Brewing. This one is the Donny, and it's the Donny Dark Ale. So Donny is a dark horse, the strong and silent type. He might seem a bit intimidating at first, but after a good chin wag, you'll find that he's a smooth operator with a heart of gold. If you got a mate like Donny, you've found a mate for life.
Oh.
So I think it has like a chocolately undertone.
I haven't tried this, but have you tried this one before?
Yeah,
though?
I have tried it before.
But it was ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
Because I've never tried this one, so I'm interested to try. Because I don't really like dark ales.
Coffee chocolate.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow, it smells.
That's good. I don't like dark. I don't normally do dark ale. It's like a coffee chocolatey.
Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. Look,
Do you get the taste though now?
So, it's not for me. I can appreciate that this is something that you would like. It's not for me. It's not for me.
It's a thick beer. Like,
Don't worry, I'll still drink it.
you wouldn't
but
have. I don't think you'd tuck into 10 of them.
It's only 1.5% drink, so it's 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It-
a standard beer, but it's actually it's like a sweet. You'd almost say it's like a dessert beer.
It is. It does have dessert vibes, doesn't it? Like, I would love to have this. You could have this with like an affogato or something.
Yeah, like it's
Like
a chocolatey
or a tiramisu.
chocolatey sort of coffee aftertone. I think they've done good there. It's a good dark ale.
So it is the best dark, because usually I'll have a sip of dark ale and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
yuck, get it away from me, Trent. Yuck. Because Trent has some dark ales that I'm like, that's
Yeah,
not
some
drinkable. That's
Some are
not drinkable.
pretty rough. Like, you definitely know you're drinking them. But that one's...
This
yeah.
one, so I could continuously go back for it, but that's because it's in front of me. I wouldn't proactively choose this.
They have another one at the moment at the brewery when we were there the other week. And I think it's been distilled in like old rum barrels. Like Beanley rum barrels. So it's like got a rum aftertaste.
As in that's what that one does, or the new
No,
one?
then there's another one that they
'Cause-
did a really limited batch on. Like only 2 kegs or something.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say that one doesn't taste very like rummy.
No, it's like chocolatey.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. Pretty good.
And we're all rugged up. Well, I am, because it's freezing. But for whatever reason, Trent thinks this is an appropriate temperature.
It's pretty good. We've had the clothes dryer on inside today. Drying sheets and towels.
Which is why you think it's an appropriate
It's warm.
temperature. Whereas I have had lately the heater out in front of me, like while we're eating dinner. It just sits there and I'm
And
just like, oh, it's perfect.
It's been raining on and off and it's pretty windy. It's not very nice weather, but
It's not. And which is why it's important to know,
what can you do to fill your cup up?
fill up your cup. So I wanted to get the definition and a bit more, like I gave a bit of an intro, but I wanted to give some more understanding. So to fill up your cup means to replenish those stores of mental, emotional, and physical energy. It means that you need to stop and recharge your batteries, which I don't think in this day and age we talk about enough as to what people need to do to recharge.
No.
And it also talks about if you don't do these things to fill up your cup, you have nothing left to give or share with others. So it tends to be a tough concept for people that are real go-getters, mums who only care for themselves, those single parents, those single mum and dads, those, but it doesn't just stem for people who are mums. It could just be you're really busy in your day-to-day, you're a business owner, you're, even for us in our day-to-day activity, and we're
in
not.
multiple sports clubs, and it's becoming a bit more of a task than enjoyment.
Exactly. And so it's always nice to know. But how I recharge is very different how Trent recharges.
And that took a while to sort of realise.
Yeah. Especially...
Because I was like, we've been doing heaps of fun shit, but it's like, that's stuff that recharges me or you, not both of us.
Not both of us, yeah, and we're different in how we recharge. So I thought it'd be good to share like items that we've done to incorporate in our day-to-day and items that we continuously have to remind ourselves to incorporate in order to recharge and fill up our cup.
Yeah, when you start to feel a bit down or a bit, under the weather and you think, what's going on?
And there's heaps of like, they talk about...
shit that you don't even think of.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring up my list of items.
It was actually good writing down like a few, like I think I wrote down 4 or 5 and Brooke wrote down 4 or 5 and they're fairly different.
Yeah, but they talk about how you need to recharge, like it's broken down into nourishing your body, into nourishing your mind, and into your soul. And they're all kind of different, and then you can have like something that encompasses all 3 of them, but they all do different things. And I think we all know how to do it for our body, right?
Yeah, well, like that's like, you're pretty out of shape, you can sort of like rein in your eating. Worst case scenario, you can go like PT sessions or a gym.
Go for a walk. Like you said with the food, replacing pizza for a Buddha bowl or something.
Yeah, or maybe even a low-carb pizza or,
or whatever it is. But I think everyone is really comfortable with talking about what to do to keep fit.
But mentally, no.
But mentally...
And that's the other thing. Like, the best thing I ever heard to explain a therapist is it's like a personal trainer for your mind. And I'm like, fuck, that should just be publicised everywhere. Like, no one's ashamed to say, oh, yeah, I've got a personal trainer. Like, oh, shit, you're looking good. It's like, yeah, I go to personal training sessions. And, oh, awesome. And it's like, why don't people talk about, like...
oh, I went to my therapist and I'm doing really well.
I feel really good. Or, it's so weird. But if everyone looked at it as that, in that light, I feel like it wouldn't be such a stigma around it.
So in, like... LA culture and like New York and stuff, it's really normal to go see a therapist.
Yeah,
it's not over here. But also
Australia's
that's because I know, but there probably is
maybe in like
portions of like because a lot of big CEOs, business entrepreneurs, a lot of those big understand it's important to keep mentally fit.
Yeah.
And in order to do so, they'll seek out the PT, like the trainer for their brain, to support them through their like mental state and all of that. It's just not.
I heard something on the radio the other day about it, and it was like some crazy statistic about how many men go to therapy but drop out after like the first session.
Yeah.
And they were saying like it's just because that person might not work for you. Like, it's going to be the same as like some gyms won't work for you. So.
You might get a PT that is like crazy, go, and someone will love that, and another person will be like, oh, I actually want to be supported through this journey.
Well, they focus like crazy cardio, and you don't want that. You want to be like crazy muscly or like whatever. Like
true.
So they said it can take ages, but then a lot of the guys that were ringing in were like, well, fuck that, I'm not going to go back. Because they get, it takes so much for them to go, and then they think it's going to be the best, and they go and they hate it, and then they're like, I'm not going.
It's like the same for, you try a certain food. Like, say someone's like, oh, I love salmon. And you're like, oh, I don't like salmon. Because you had it this one time where it was cooked shit. It wasn't what you liked. It wasn't, you know.
Didn't have like the nice sauce on it.
It didn't have the nice sauce. It wasn't done right. So you're like, now you write salmon off. And you're like, nah,
No,
salmon is not for me. And I'm providing salmon as an example because Trent has now jumped on the salmon bandwagon and is now like salmon, whereas for years I've been like, trust me, you'll like my salmon.
I tried it a couple of times and I just was like, whoa, like the taste was so strong and just I couldn't handle it. But now, like the stuff at the sushi place, freaking love it.
Salmon nigiri is like, is it nigiri? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's so good. But Trent would watch me eat it because it was like, you know, it's like barely seared. It's like basically raw.
Yuck.
And he'd be like, yuck, that's so disgusting. And I'd just be eating it. I'm like, one day you're going to try this and you're going to love it. It's just because you have in your brain that you don't like it. And then he tried it and now he's like, can we go get sushi for dinner?
And I just want to go there and get that, but that's like the $6 plate or... It's like the expensive plate. So I'm like, and it's only like 2 little bits, so I'd need like... fucking shitloads of them, so I'm like, it's not feasible, but it's good.
Exactly. So, you know what? You got to try different things. You got to see different people to make sure it's going to work for you. Oh,
sorry,
that's a bit
loud.
loud.
A toaster.
But yeah, there's different things you can do, like, you know, going for a walk, doing all those things, do a yoga class. Things that I like to do is something that Trent could never, like, he hates it to the point where I try and get him to do it with me and he's like, this is doing my brain and I don't know how this relaxes you.
It actually upsets me. Like, it aggravates me.
It does the opposite to filling his cup up. It actually drains it down.
It's like smashing my cup.
The cup doesn't exist. Is puzzles. Like, during lockdown when we weren't really doing anything and, you know, our Queensland lockdown, I would get a puzzle. And so Trent would go and buy me, he bought me a 20... Was it
2,000?
Oh no, 2,000, sorry, not 20,000.
20,000.
20,000 would be insane.
Holy shit.
A 2,000 puzzle piece puzzle, and I was in my zone. I would get home from work
Put
and I would
your bag down and then just squat down and just
straight away into it. I'd put my music on or like let it play and just zone out, and I'd be sorting them all out, just real calming, and I would be there for like 2 hours.
For
like
hours.
Time would fly.
Babe, dinner's ready. You want to go for a shower? And she's like, oh yeah, soon. And just be like, babe, come on.
It was so good. But I never knew that about myself until someone had suggested to me that, oh, have you ever tried? And I'm like, puzzles? I haven't done puzzles since I was young,
But then
younger.
you're like, oh, I enjoyed doing them. Why wouldn't I enjoy doing it now? Just because it's a puzzle, it sounds like a kid thing, but it's not.
It was so therapeutic for me. And that was one of the first items that I did where it was different from what Trent's filling up his cup was, because we always thought we had the same items. We loved, going for, one of your items is jet skiing.
Yep.
That's really, for Trent, is you zone out, you focus.
Yeah, I don't think about anything else, just about what I'm doing, what I'm about to break.
Yeah.
That's about it.
When you're flipping, say you're flipping, you're doing a backflip, is that calming riding up to the wave and going, is that you just focused on just doing a backflip?
Yeah, you're not, if you think about something else, it normally doesn't work out the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that you just clear your head and just ride it.
Because
you're definitely not thinking about what happened during the week while you're doing that. Well, I'm not.
It's calming for me when it's appropriate swell. When it's not appropriate swell and there's massive swell, it's actually quite stressful for me, and it does the opposite. So jet skiing, there's a balance. For Trent, pretty much no matter what the swell is you're in your zone.
But if it's big, it's also a bit nerve-wracking. You're a bit worried.
But you still come out...
I still love it. I
good,
still come out and feel good.
Whereas if it's really big swell for me, it does the opposite, where I come out going, I'm actually stressed now. That was stressful.
Yeah, I'll be riding around and I'll feel a little bit anxious, when it's really big. Because, if something goes wrong, you're going to have a pretty shit time.
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, it's the pending the situation.
Yeah.
Another thing that I love is taking a bath. So I didn't know that this was good for me until Trent, one day I had a really stressful day, and Trent went to the body shop and was like, I've bought all these bath bombs, this bubble bath stuff.
Can I say Fiancé of the Year too? Just there.
You are the fiance of the year. Absolutely, you are, babe. But yes, he's very thoughtful. I feel like sometimes I'm like the guy in the relationship. I like forget shit. I'm so bad with like, I'm not very thoughtful at times, but no, I am thoughtful, just not as much as you. You're like ultimate. And Trent brought home from the Body Shop these like, bath bombs and all this bath stuff. And he was like, just chill out because I can be quite full on.
Yeah, Brooke will get on a level, like a heightened state at work or whatever.
Just from, it can be anything.
And then come home and then be like, she just won't calm down. She'll just keep like, and like keep just talking and yabbering about like what happened and how it's annoyed her or whatever. And I'm like, just fucking chill out. There's a bath in there. There's all the shit there. Just go for it. Just chill out.
And it's so relaxing. So I listen to a podcast, like different types of podcasts, but I'll listen to a podcast in the bath.
Candles.
Yeah, some candles, and I'll just chill out. And it is like...
Come out like nearly asleep.
It is so... So that's how you put me to sleep. You're like, go have a fucking bath. You're being really loud right now. Because I wake up and I'm straight away loud. Like, I wake up in the morning and I talk really loud. And Trent is like, it's 6 a.m. Like...
Stomps around like a brontosaurus. Just...
Stomp your feet like a brontosaurus. Yeah, I do. I don't know I'm like that, though. But we're yin and yang with that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I didn't know, but bath is
so that's like
so
a
calming.
really simple thing as well. Like,
but that wouldn't relax you.
No, I don't fit.
No, you don't fit in
our bath. It
fucking
aggravate me. Like, I wouldn't fit.
Are you going to fit? Our new bath is a lot bigger.
It's deeper, but it's not longer. I won't fit.
You will fit. I just don't think you'll fit stretched out. Obviously, it's not... I need to go and get the measurements of the bath because I don't know how long it is, but...
I don't think I'll fit, but anyway.
Well, I'm telling you right now, it's not 6'4", so it's not...
Yeah, I won't be laying down underwater.
You won't be laying... Yeah, but I almost can because when I hopped in it that day.
Oh, yeah?
At the showroom. Anyway. So puzzles and bath is really good for me. Also what's good is I love to have like a really good shower and then a really nice good like... I moisturise my whole body. I just put all my serums on my face. I do like my skin routine, all of that. That is calming as fuck for me. But that is not calming to Trent. Like,
nah, I'm like shower as quickly as I can get out of the shower, dry myself and quickly get out of that. Like, I hate fucking around in the bathroom.
I love it. I could be in the bathroom.
I could be in there like for fucking like an hour. What are you doing?
I could be in there all day.
I'm just putting on some oils and moisturisers and...
It's so relaxing.
Like, no. I like finish work, home, shower, and then I just want to chill, like sit down.
Yeah. No, I love having a really long shower and just chilling out. And I just get all my products because I've got like this lineup of all my skin products in that white container, and they're all like lined up, all the bottles, and I just go, oh, what do I want to target? You know, what do I want to... It's just so calming.
But that's like how simple these things can be. Like, that, like some people think, oh yeah, but I don't have the money, or I don't have the time, or I don't have... And it's like, some of them are like...
Free.
Yeah, and some of them will just like take you 30 seconds, but it'll just change your aspect.
It will change, and you'll feel better, you'll feel lighter.
Like, walk to the beach and just sit on the sand dune for 10 minutes. Yeah. And watch the ocean and come home. Like...
And some of it's about doing a general activity to make you feel like you've accomplished something, right? So
yeah, personal accomplishment.
Like some things, like Trenton, like they say the first thing that you should do before, like to start the day, is make the bed.
Make the bed, yeah.
So I'll like make the bed to make sure.
Like you've already achieved the first thing for the day. But we'll do that on days when we're going to clean. So we'll be like, we're going to put our washing away. We're going to tidy up the lounge room.
Yeah, because throughout the week we're so bad.
We're going to do all the things, and then you literally go, sick. And it doesn't take long. Like, if you're both doing it, it takes a couple of hours. And
just the small things, right? Yeah.
Makes you feel good.
So Trent had on... Do you want to talk about yours?
Yeah, so mine I had... so if I'm strapped for time, like I've come home from work and I want to relax, it's like watch YouTube or something that I'm interested in.
Yeah, you like watching like random cars.
Yeah, like four-wheel drive travelling stuff and stuff
Steve-O.
like that. Yeah, Steve-O's Chop Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything like that, and that's just like something quick I can do, like 20 minutes, just have a bit of a watch of that. That really relaxes me. Jet skiing, that's obviously just a weekend activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually try and get out on the jet ski at least one time a week.
Yeah, and it's only like you'll go out for like
A couple of hours.
a couple hours. I haven't been going out because it's freezing.
It's winter.
When it's winter, it's got to be good swell, and usually it is good swell in winter. I don't know what's happening this winter. It's
Oh,
rubbish.
it's good swell. It's just big.
Yeah, that's correct, and I don't want to go out in the big swell. Yeah.
Something else that will surprise you, but if I've had a shit day, coming home and like cooking a good meal, that
You love
actually
that.
relaxes me sometimes. But other times I'll be like, no, I'm not cooking.
But you mean like when you know, so like when Trent gets home, say he gets home at a reasonable time, because for you I've noticed if it's late, you're
Yeah,
not
if
like,
it's late,
no.
I'm like, no.
But if you know you've got time, because you want time to prepare
Yeah.
the meal, and
Take your time to do it and not like rush
Yeah.
and be like, oh fuck, it's 7:30, 8 o'clock. I wanted to be sitting in bed.
like
by
that
now, but-
time you made like that Thai satay.
Satay chicken, was it?
Yeah, but it was like from scratch, really
Yeah.
good. He makes a soup right now. You've got a soup on.
Yeah.
You make really good food. Oh, what about like you make like that katsu chicken dishes?
Yeah, so that kind of stuff will relax me, especially if it's like a weekend and we haven't got much on, and I'll go to the shops and buy a few things to cook.
Yeah. Add your favorite. You go to your favorite butchers.
Butcher,
you
chat
go.
to the butcher for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that actually
you
relaxes
enjoy
me,
that.
which is pretty wild. Another simple one, drink good coffee. So if I wake up and, you know, it's been a big week or I'm over it or whatever, if I go to the local coffee shop, my favourite, get a good coffee, it makes for a good day.
Yeah,
And that's very simple. That's like a 10-minute activity.
you love that.
Yeah, a really good coffee.
When there's some good, we're really lucky on the sunny coast. Like we have good coffee shops around us everywhere. Like, but you've got a couple of your good coffee shops. Like some mornings, if I wake up really early, Trent will be like, "Let's go and get a coffee, and we'll just go to the beach, and we'll
Yeah.
just like go sit on the beach."
Go get a coffee and we two sit on the sand dune for
And-
10 minutes, watch a surf, watch the dogs walk past.
It's so relaxing, and seeing the puppies at the beach is always
Yeah, well, that's another one. Patting dogs,
patting puppies.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Another one is go up the beach. So like sometimes we'll just shoot off, go up North Shore for the day.
And that is like for us a full recharge, like because some activities are like small things that like are just to maintain, whereas I love going up the
Yeah,
beach
that's-
because that's like a,
If we just take off up there for the day and it's just us two, we'll just chill.
it is so
I'll jet
nice.
ski. Brooke can normally jet ski as well. We'll just
Yeah.
sit around under the gazebo, have a couple of beers and just relax.
Just chill.
So
It's
that's a
so
major.
good.
That's a major one.
Yeah, I love going up there, and sometimes we'll go up and like it's like tiny swell, and we'll just sit there and we'll just
Watch the tide
watch
come
the
in.
It's so relaxing.
We did it for a week.
I was just about to say yes.
So we did it for a week after. Was that last?
It was in
year?
October last year.
Yeah, last year. We hadn't done anything, and we'd just been working because we couldn't.
Because of the
COVID, we couldn't go anywhere and do
Yeah.
anything really, and we just it worked flat out, and then we decided to stuff it. We went up there and we spent like a full week, and that's literally all we did. We'd get up in the morning, have breakfast, drive around the point, put the gazebo up,
watch the
and
surfers, go
watch
for
the
a
surfers
ski.
for the whole day.
It was so good.
Go back
We'd
to
have
the
some
showers,
drinks,
have a shower, go to bed.
and we'd go to bed so early. Or we'd watch the stars. We had our swag, and we just like literally
Just
would
had the fly screen so we could just watch the stars and random shit flying over.
random shit.
UFOs at one point.
There was some stuff flying over, and I'm like, "What is that?"
Yeah, some
Like-
of it was like a bit whack. That's cool.
Yeah, I
That
love
was
looking up
sick.
at the stars.
And then the last one I had was just
Would-
catching up with good mates, like
Yeah, that is.
especially mates you don't see very often,
Yeah,
and then you catch up and you're just like, yeah, that's
yeah.
why we're mates.
Exactly. And it's always good to like reconnect with those people and get an update on like what's happening, and hear
Yeah.
about those those that have like good drive, and they're like, "Oh, this is what's been happening.
Yeah,
this is what
push-
I'm doing."
Push
and
themselves and people
Yeah.
around them. I love those people.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so it's different because that is similar to mine with the catching up with, you know, people you haven't seen in a while. I also love, Trent made a joke when I was putting my list together, and he goes, rollerblading, ha ha ha, that's what you love to do.
So do you want to tell them or you want me to?
You can tell the story.
So Brooke, when she was looking for things to fill her cup, found rollerblading. She's like, I used to love rollerblading. So I went and found some on Marketplace.
Yeah, cheap
Went
pair.
around the corner, picked them up, came back. Like, all right, let's go. So we went out the front on the footpath. She's cutting a few laps. Like, pretty good.
Thanks.
Little bit unsteady on the turns.
But I got pretty good as I was going.
Pretty good. And then just before we left, she'd cut a bit of a turn, and the path had like a tiny slope on it, and she was turning like down the hill, and every time, sort of get a bit of a wobble up. Or this one time, fucking straight out, bang on the tailbone,
Arse up.
on the concrete. Pretty painful, especially because I had a bit of a laugh for a while.
So Trent's down the other end of the path. I just come around, boom, you know, arse up, land up. And then because I landed on my back, I like rolled over. I rolled over like,
Just like laying on it, stuff.
and then I'm just like, oh. And he comes over and he's like, you alright? That was a big stack. I'm like, I'm fine. Biggest bruise that was on my tailbone. Oh my
Couldn't
God.
sit down like.
It was so painful. And I messaged my boss that, I'm like, just to let you know, I had an accident, and then I sent him a picture of my rollerblades, and I'm like, I'm alright, but I may be struggling to walk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've had an accident on these puppies.
That did fill the cup, and it also did maybe take a bit back out of the
It's
cup.
almost like it dinted the cup.
Yeah.
You know,
We haven't actually chucked them bad boys back on yet.
no.
Since.
But do you know what's funny is after I had that accident, after I, you know, fell off, straight away got up and I'm like, help me get up. And Trent's like, all right. And he's like, we'll go back in. I'm like, no, I got to do a couple more laps before we go up because I can't leave on this
Otherwise
ending.
That's a fresh thing in your mind. It's like jet skiing. If you over-rotate a flip or something, you don't want to go home on that. You're like, no.
Yeah, I had to
do
keep
another
going.
one. It's just in the back of your head the whole time.
Yeah, so I did like a couple more laps and I was like out there for another 5 minutes. And then after it was like, all right, are we ready? I'm like, yep, that's enough. Now I'm good. Because you can't leave on that because otherwise it
can't leave on a
scars
fail.
you. You can't. And what is that saying? You got to get back on the horse.
Back on the horse.
So I had to get back on the blades. I had to. It was important to jump back
You're
on.
very stiff when you get back on.
I was so stiff. But I was like, I'm going to do this.
Brought back
I've
so
got
many
it.
skateboarding vibes, like when I was younger. Just land on your tailbone and not being able to like stand up for like a week. Like every time you stood up, you get that real sharp pain up your back. And because you're at school,
So bad.
you used to sit on the ground, like in class and shit. When you have to all sit down, you get up and you'd be like nearly in
I
tears.
was sitting on the concrete, You'd just be out there on the bitumen, like on a hall or
It's
like
probably
open
illegal these
field.
days, is it? Probably
What?
not allowed to do that.
No, it'd be fine.
Nah, surely.
So I hope that's given you all some ideas of like how to fill up your cup or how, you know, and a reminder to make sure that you do look after yourself, especially at the moment.
In and out of
in and out of
lockdowns
lockdown. Yeah.
Not being able to see family or travel or whatever your scenario is.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, the whole therapy thing, like, fuck it, give it a go if you need it.
Yeah, if you need it, like,
It can't hurt. It can't make it any worse.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, make sure you're looking after yourself and check in on your mates that you haven't checked in on for a while. So now we're going to jump into the weekly Would You Rather.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Would you rather have an incredibly annoying, high-pitched voice or a really deep, manly voice?
That's probably pretty easy for both of us.
Go.
I'm going to go the deep manly voice because I wouldn't want a high pitch.
Yeah, and I'm going to go
You're gonna
go high-pitched.
You're going to high pitch.
But because it says incredibly annoying, high-pitched, I feel like I would then be a really good voiceover for a cartoon, so I think
yeah,
I'd be
make
able to
money
make
off
a
it.
job out of it.
Even the deep one, like you could be, I don't know, something scary in a cartoon.
Welcome back.
That's not that deep, but yeah.
Oh, well,
Fair enough.
how do you do a deep voice? Welcome back. What are you?
Welcome back.
Oh, that's good. Like a real welcome. But then annoyingly high pitch is like, hi!
Yeah, that is.
Imagine living with me and
Yeah.
that's my voice.
Don't do that.
Hi, welcome back! Oh, that's so annoying.
That's bad. Headphone.
Maybe
warning.
the really deep, manly voice is more bearable. But it's just
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
welcome back. Anyway.
What's like the cons of a deep voice? Bugger all.
If anything, it'd be sexy. You'd probably go on like one of those hotlines.
Is that a thing? Sex hotline.
Probably not in this day and
No, no,
age.
no,
You
thing.
just jump on OnlyFans, but
Mm.
it used to be a thing, and you would have been
Being
raking in the coin.
male gigolo on the phone line.
Exactly.
Sweet.
And in my annoying voice, I'm just going on Peppa Pig, so that's great. All right, next one. Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life?
Oh shit. Well, the funny thing about the phone is it's
can't.
actually hard to fucking do life if you don't have a smartphone. But there's a guy at work that doesn't have a smartphone. It's fucking painful. It's hard. I'm wearing Crocs.
I'm wearing Post Malone Crocs. Fuck yeah. So
I'm wearing
Post Malone is like my king. And he brought out some Crocs. And I'm going to rock his Crocs. I'm going to rock them. And if I've got to wear them every day, you know what? I've got to wear them. It's part of my... I'm going to wear my socks.
Super comfy.
And I'm going to be so
So
comfortable.
when we get our house, well, when our house is finished,
Mm.
I'm getting Crocs for the yard.
And I'll be moonwalking in my Crocs too. I'll be going...
Oh, you're gonna put the full drive strap on?
I'm going to have the strap on. I'm going to have those cute little pins that you get that you put on the top of it. I'm wearing the Crocs.
Yeah, right. I'm definitely wearing them around house.
I've never put them on my feet,
Me either. But people say so comfortable.
but I have heard they're really comfortable. So Jenna Marbles, for those that know, like old school YouTube days, Jenna Marbles was like, oh, she's so funny. She wears Crocs like flat chat. She wears them with tights. She wears them with socks underneath. She wears them in winter, summer. Like she wears Crocs. She has like
So she knows
hydro
Crocs.
dipped her
Yeah.
Crocs to get like different colours and paints and stuff. So she's done it all. And you know what? She made them fashionable. And if I can have a pair of Post Malone Crocs, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm done. So we're both choosing Crocs.
Yeah, I'm going Crocs.
And you'll still love me even though I wear Crocs when I go out, yeah?
Yeah, in the
So I'm
club.
going out to the fancy some young guy's dinner and I'm going to wear my Crocs.
Yeah, but you're wearing Post Malone ones that are probably fucking $400 or something.
Yeah, but I'll match them to my outfit.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing a pink dress, I'm wearing my light pink Crocs, you know?
I'll just be running my one pair.
Imagine you in like a suit, like you're going to like an event and you just got your Crocs on.
Fluoro green ones or something.
And maybe I modify a pair of Crocs and I get heel Crocs. Put a heel on the Croc,
Have they done that?
slip it in, probably.
I feel like that's a thing.
Stop it. High heel Crocs.
As if that hasn't been done.
Has to have been. Yep.
Yep.
For those following along at home, please Google high heel Crocs images. There's a nice little pink strapping pair of Crocs that is just so cute. They've actually pushed the strap to the front, so it adds a little bit more detail
That's
on the
only
front of the
two-wheel
foot.
drive mode, and that one there's four-wheel drive.
Oh, and we
with
got
strap.
full. Yeah, so you full drive with the strap back. That's pretty good. Oh, and we've got some. Oi! There's a
Oh, yeah.
yellow pair. They're Balenciaga. Okay, I'm definitely wearing Crocs. Look at these sandals pair. Look at these.
Yeah, there's plenty of high-heel Crocs.
There's so many options.
We're running Crocs for the rest of our time, people.
I'm
and
done.
keeping our phones.
I got my phone, and I've got my phone so I can Google all the new pairs of Crocs that I'm going to purchase. See? We're over here solving it. All right, last one. Would you rather have an abnormally big toe or an abnormally big ear?
Abnormally big, like I wonder if that means it wouldn't fit in your shoe. Like you'd have to cut the front of your shoe off or something to hang it out.
I reckon you'd get a pair of customs shoes.
But it just
If
had
it
this
was
big
like that.
lump on one side.
And?
Well, it looks stupid.
Yeah, you go. You keep going.
But yeah, if you have an abnormally big ear, fuck all you can do to hide that.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Just cop the wrath all day, wouldn't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
But
well,
you'd be hearing lots of shit, I tell you that now.
I'd go the toe. So much easier to disguise.
I'm going the toe too, because I reckon if I could choose what toe's going to be abnormally big, I'm going to choose my little toe.
So
is
it
the
might be
abnormally
as big
big.
as your big toe.
And I think I'm still going to have a bit of discomfort in my shoes. Like maybe if I'm putting on a nice pair of heels, my toe's going to have to sit outside of the strap like that.
Or Crocs, and you just cut a bigger hole on that side. Because you're going to be running Crocs anyway.
I'm running the Crocs,
So you just chop another hole there and
Yeah.
just hang out.
and I'll just get a custom pair. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we're both going to just have
Fucking
our
easy
normally
as.
big toe. And it's just saying one toe, so one other foot's fine. It's
Yeah.
just one toe. It's great.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. It's going to be fine, alright? We've got our Crocs with our big toe and everything's fine.
That'll be fine.
It's all fine.
Alright,
We
guys.
love it.
I think that's
So
all.
that's it from us this week. We've had another drink, another
A little
chest.
Darko. I really don't mind that. Like that's pretty good.
I don't mind it. Yeah. But thank you guys for listening for another week and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be safe. Look
appreciate
after
it.
each other.
check in on your mates.
Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.
See ya. For those of you that were thinking that I was lying when I said I enjoyed this, I actually am enjoying it.
Steve-O. I know Steve-O would be thinking it.
I'm enjoying it, okay? I know you were all thinking that I was going to put on the outro and say, no, I'm not actually enjoying this. You know what? I am enjoying this, okay?
Your mates have fucking nailed it.
Thank you, your mates, for nailing another beer yet again. Appreciate you and all you do. Thanks.